Hi, this is Andy Youniss, President and CEO of Rocket Software. Today, I want to talk to you about how we are promoting IBM Z, mainframe, and IBM I to the next generation of software engineers. I want to start by talking about open source. We at Rocket we've been porting open source languages and open source tools to these platforms for many years. One of the reasons we've done that is it was important to make sure when the next generation of software engineers approaches IBM Z or approaches IBM I, it looks and feels familiar to them. So the languages and tools that they've learned in school, that they learned in college and university, are there and available for them to be productive right away. Secondly, we brought an open source platform called Zoe, that's Zowe. We brought Zoe to the mainframe. Now, Zoe was an open source is an open source project that you can find under the Open Mainframe project, which is found under the Linux Foundation. So Rocket was one of the founding members of this project, and we're responsible for bringing the open user interface platform to Zoe. This again allows next generation software engineers to be productive right away on IBM Z. In our R&D labs, we also have brought Zoe to IBM I. It's not yet available to customers, but for engineers within Rocket who are new to IBM I, they have the Zoe platform available to them as well. Now, internally within Rocket, we have an entire education track that we call Rocket Academy in and around IBM Z and IBM I. So if you're an engineer at Rocket, and you're new to these platforms, there's an entire education track that you can follow to get up to speed quickly. We also have at Rocket intern programs. We call them rocket ships instead of internships. And we've had dozens and dozens of engineers through the years come through our rocket ship program, learn IBM Z, learn IBM I, and be productive right away. Many of the components that you see in Zoe and many of the features in many of our commercial products come from interns who went through the rocket ship program. Now, we also are a supporter of what's called Master the Mainframe. This is an IBM initiative that thousands of engineers around the globe have participated in and competed in. It's actually a competition. We at Rocket have met many of the winners of these Master the Mainframe projects and have invited them to come to Rocket. We've even hired some of those engineers. So the Master the Mainframe engineers approach a mainframe right away, have never seen it before, and are productive in building projects and competing in these projects. I would also say that we've wrapped the word community around all of this. We've made sure that the IBM Z community and the IBM I community are welcoming to the next generation of software engineers. So through open source languages and open source tools and open source platforms, in training academies, in internships, and competitions like Master the Mainframe, all of that allows the next generation of software engineers to really be introduced and welcoming into this community. So I hope you find this helpful about how we at Rocket have been promoting IBM Z and IBM I to the next generation of software engineers. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to talking to you soon.